Rob Pincus here. I am in Newburgh, Indiana. And the reason, of course, that I came to Indiana this time of the year was because of the 143rd Annual NRA Meeting. And what that is the NRA Convention. It's a great gathering for the industry, but it's the one gathering of the year where we really go there not to hang out with each other and to do business-to-business stuff, but really to spend time with our customers, with our students, with all of the people like you who take advantage of the services and the products that we provide as an industry. There are rallies, there are meetings, there are concerts, there are all kinds of things going on, but the main attraction for the well over 50,000 people that came to Indianapolis this past weekend is, of course, the convention floor, where people get to hang out with all of the people who make the great products, the guns, the accessories, the holsters, all the things that we all buy and use, not just for personal defense, but also the sporting arms, all the hunting arms, all the collectible firearms and accessories that, of course, the industry is full of. The main reason I went there was to hang out with the other combat-focused shooting instructors and Personal Defense Network contributors to put on seminars. We did 2 seminars a day, and there were almost 3,000 people that actually took place in those seminars. So at one point we had standing room only. Other busier times of the show we might have had 300 or 400 people in the room. But either way, we put out a lot of great information. I'm going to show you some excerpts from one of those presentations, but first I wanted to talk in general about the idea of distance education. The idea of learning through video like the one you're watching right now, and of course like the videos that we put out at PDN. PersonalDefenseNetwork.com was created as the online wing as an extension of the original Personal Firearms Defense DVD series that we started back in 2005. Well, to date, we've shipped over 6 million DVDs, and there is no doubt in my mind that people have benefited from those, that they've actually become educated. They've learned things. They've taken the information they get from those DVDs, they put it into practice in their everyday life, they share it with their family, they share it with their people, and of course they come out on the range like we're getting ready to do here this morning, and they actually get to practice the physical techniques that they learn from a DVD. So whether it's something like the concepts that are taught in our counter-ambush course, the concepts and the physical techniques that I went over when we were actually in the seminar room on defensive shooting skill development, or even the concepts that people put into place for home defense, learning more about locks and doors and barricades and actually how to train with your family and talk to them about tactics. That was another one of the seminars that we did this week in Indianapolis. It doesn't really matter. Whatever the topic is, there's no doubt that you actually have to get out on the range for physical skills, you have to hit the gym for fitness, you have to do physical things, but the mental things can all be approached, they can all be learned. You can at least get your feet wet with distance education. So don't forget, head over to PersonalDefenseNetwork.com, check out all of our contributors. From the Personal Defense Network website, when you see their articles, when you see their videos, if you get a chance to get one of the DVDs that they're on, go to their website, see what they have to offer. Most of them have blogs, they have other videos they do, YouTube channels. There is a plethora of information out there in the industry. If you can't make it to a Personal Defense Network training tour event this year, at least take advantage of the opportunity to train with me and all of our other contributors through distance education. But primarily, I own guns for personal defense, home defense, or the defense of others. If I have to give away all my guns, if I only get to keep one gun, the last gun that I'm going to keep isn't going to be my grandfather's side-by-side 16-gauge hunting shotgun that he used to shoot rabbits with and bring home and feed the family. Right? It's going to be a Glock 9mm, or an M&P 9mm, or an XD 9mm. It's going to be a defensive gun. It's going to be probably a gun that I can carry conveniently and use at home if I need to, and that I could defend others with if I needed to, including the defense of our way of life in that worst-case scenario. Which is the reason we have the Second Amendment in the first place. How many people also agree, raise your hand, that you primarily own firearms for personal defense, home defense, or defense of others? Keep your hands up. This is the fitness part. This is the fitness part. Keep your hands up. Not, we have video cameras on all of you. Keep your hands up. All right, but put your hands up. I just did it. All right, now, you got your hands up because you primarily own guns for personal defense. Keep your hand up if you have more than 6 guns. Not more than 5 guns. If you have more than 5 guns, keep your hands up. All right. If you've never taken a class for a formal defensive firearms class that you didn't have to take, concealed carry permit, military law enforcement, that you paid for, taken the time, bartered, snuck into a formal class, keep your hand up. You've never taken a class, keep your hand up. More than 5 guns, primarily owned guns for personal defense, never taken a class. You all have some things to do. Yeah. You got a decision to make here. If you've got a safe full of guns, and you're telling yourself and your family and me right now in this whole room, we have you on video with your hands in the air, you primarily own guns for personal defense, home defense, or the defense of others, and you're not training, you're not taking classes, you're not learning, you're not getting better, you might actually be a gun collector. And that's cool. Being a gun collector is cool, but
Don't tell yourself that you own guns for defensive purposes if you're not out training. And that's not about a money spending thing, it's not about a budget thing. But again, the money to buy the 30 guns you have in the safe came from somewhere. So you get your personal defense gun, you got your shotgun, you got your rifle, you have a 22, because everybody needs to have a 22, and you get one of them, your choice. But when you buy that 6th gun, and you haven't been training and practicing, I start to say, well, maybe you're more of a gun collector than the actual person who has the gun for personal defense. There's nothing wrong with that as long as you're honest about it. I'm really passionate about that. I'm really passionate about the fact that we have a responsibility to train, the responsibility to ourselves.